Well, this is my next big project I was talking about with my note I left on my site. I built my own house many years ago, but I never finished the fireplace, putting the rocks on it. And I'm kind of glad I didn't do that because I've now decided to get rid of this fireplace. It's down here in the basement. I got my daylight basement here. It's got a 22-foot tall, 8-inch diameter pipe, chimney pipe. And when it's cold, even not what I call real cold, like 40-ish or colder, I can't hardly light this thing. I throw paper and shredded paper and on all the chips of wood, the wood kindling, everything, and I light it, and it looks like it's roaring, and then I kind of shut the door just a little bit because it still wants to suck air in, and uh, it can't go up, and the smoke burns up. I mean, it burns up the air inside, and the smoke starts coming down, and it just floods into this room, and I have to open the doors all up in the winter. And I thought, this is ridiculous. I decided to get rid of this, and I'm going to put a pellet stove in. And so what I got to do here is, after reading the instructions and getting all the clearances, here's my little sketch. Will be all the stones I'll put on. And this is the little pedestal it's going to sit on. I think that's called a hearth. I have to extend it out a little bit. I'm not going to put the rough rock around it on the sides. There's some gray, kind of white gray flat stones, kind of look like bricks that I can put on there. And then I've got some shale rock I'll put on top. But I've got to extend this out to my little mark right here. And like I said, on the top, I have this black shale rock I'll use to put on the top. And I'll go outside now and show you the rock that I got. Okay, so I got this stuff. I got a lot of it here. This has been here for years. You can see the way that the tarp's disintegrating, the one on top. These are rocks I cut. They were so thick, and I don't want to go any more than about 4 3/4 out from the cement board that's up on there. So I had to cut some down skinny. But this stuff is really cool. It's like ice, frozen ice blue stone. I'll have to pressure wash the green off of it, but I got quite a bit of this from my sister and brother-in-law's house. They had to sell, well, they didn't have to, but they sold their 10 acres and got a really good price, and there's a developer going in many years ago, and he told me go and chisel the rock off of his fireplace if I wanted it for mine. So I did. There's a group of them here, and a group of them over here. These are really too thick. That one is quite thick. I'll have to try to cut him down the middle. Anyway, here's the chimney I put up. And as you can see, it goes way up there. Way up. And so, yeah, what I'm going to do is, it's got an 8-inch pipe, but the pellet stove has a 4. So somewhere, not quite that high, somewhere probably even with the top of those windows, I'll cut the pipe or disconnect it, and then I'll get a reducer, an 8-to-4 reducer, and connect it all up and just use the existing pipe up there. Anyway, that's the goal here. That's the big project I've got to do. Stay tuned for when I start tearing it apart. You'll see the whole thing. Bye-bye.